Game shot and the match.
Yeah, and there you see it. Richie does cross the line in the end. 4-1 win over Jerome Mioch. He was threatening a ton average throughout most of that match. Greg Richie ends up with a 92-44, but 4 out of 6 on the outer ring, and that's good enough for any player here. Highest checkout of 87. But we'll have a quick break and do join us again when Jensen Walker takes on Patel. It's Walker that's first down to a finish, but Patel, an opportunity here to do something much handier. 120 scored, 45 remaining.
140.
Not a complete disaster. We have seen scores like that bust in the past.
However, this could be the moment for Jensen Walker. He's not going to be on the 153, but Bav is going to have to spurn a dart here upon his return.
85.
Mind in the haze type moment for him.
25.
And eventually he will get a dart at a double. The dart is at double six. Finds the double six. This game goes back to 3-2. You can just see the frustration on the face of Jensen Walker as he heads back to the drinks table.
Yeah, just takes his time. Yeah, and this time Jensen Walker, little shrug of the shoulders there as to say, where have you been for a while? Wasn't exactly a doubling masterclass, but that last one is the one that counts, and it's a 4-2 win for Walker over Bav Patel. And there you see the averages, just shy of 78 for Walker. Bav Patel, 72.94, but as you say, 4 from 26. We'll need to improve that, but as for that match, it goes the way of Walker. Join us after the break as Shane McGuirk takes on McCormack.
And Shane McGuirk is going to be the man to beat in Group C. It is he who is the first that moves on to 10 points and will have a 2-point gap from the chasing pack. He beats McCormack by 4 legs to 1. And McGuirk reeling in the fish. His opponent respecting that. A coordinated celebration. A 4-1 win for Shane McGuirk, an 83 average, 4 from 11 on the doubles. The highlight the 170. McCormack had his own tongue topper by pinning the tops, but it is McGuirk that will pick the points up. Coming up after the break, Bav Patel takes on Greg Richie. That beholds Laura. Otherwise they will replace us with computers.
177.
Luckily, Richie's radar's right on cue. He's left himself double 12 after 12, and he is going to get a go because Patel cannot take out the 160. And this is for the break and to put himself 2-1 up in a game which conceivably he could have been 2-0 behind in. 13 darter, and now Richie is cooking.
It's overcompensated and put it into the 5. So 117 here for Bav Patel. Needs treble 17. Can't find it, so Greg Richie will have to spurn a dart, but 35 remaining for the match.
35.
To send himself back to the top. He said his job was to win 4 from 5, but he's made it 2 from 2 at the beginning of the day. And Greg Richie gets the better of Bav Patel by 4 legs to 1. Bav will feel like he has missed a bit of an opportunity there. He had the opportunity to move 2-0 up in the contest. But Richie reels off 4 in a row. And he moves back to the top of the group. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Jerome Mioch in action as he takes on McCormack.
Killian, you require 115.
And for a 4-1 win, which would wipe out what happened in Game 1. And he's going to have a dart at top to do exactly that. It's a superb ending to the game for McCormack as he reverses the 4-1 defeat to Shane McGuirk with a 4-1 win against Jerome Mioch.
Shane, you require 126.
Really doesn't hang about, does he, Jensen Walker?
We'll hang about here, bullseye. 2-2. And McGuirk is back on level terms, and Jensen Walker looks as if he's been hit by a haymaker there.
And you require
and now we're really seeing a proper talent come to the fore. And this 164 is for a 3-2 lead in the break. He could hit Jensen Walker where it hurts again, if he could find the bullseye again, and he wasn't too far away.
139. Jensen, you require 132.
Another one of those is the target for double 16.
116.
You see the
Change
disappointment in his
required,
face.
25.
That was an excellent attempt from Jensen Walker.
Well, this is a proper contest now, isn't it? Both players hitting each
Game
other
shot on the
big.
fifth flag,
And McGuirk
Shane
with a
McGuirk.
14 dart break has put himself 3-2 to the good. Just when Jensen Walker had spurned an opportunity to
Sixth
go
flag,
3-1
it's
up
Shane to
himself.
throw
Oh, Jensen Walker narrowly missed the 1-3-2 attempt. Can he convert? 106. Just taking a break. Big dart. Needs chops.
86.
Just drags it a bit low.
Shane,
You
you
see the
require
disappointment
40.
there.
And so Shane McGuirk steps up for tops to move on to 12 points. And
Big
he
shot, and the
is
match,
in cruise
Shane McGuirk.
control of this group now. He puts himself 2 points clear at the top of the table. He finds himself 4 clear of Jensen Walker now. And Shane McGuirk more relieved than anything else to get over the line. He had to survive dart to go 3-1 down in that contest and then pin that 1-2-6 to make it 2 apiece. From that point onwards, he dominated the game. He wins 4-2, and once again, for the second day in succession, Jensen Walker has averaged 94 against Shane McGuirk and has lost by 4 legs to 2. Well, that rounds off round 2 of our day. We're going to kickstart round 3 with Killian McCormack up against Patel.
Killian, you required 2.
Double 1. 4-0
shot,
to
and the
McCormack,
match,
and he
Killian
is going to move level on points with Shane McGuirk at the top of the table. He beats Patel by 4 legs to 0. A good performance. The average just dovetails a little bit in the end because of a couple of missed darts of the double. But all in all, he'll be happy enough with that performance. 88.5 the average. A couple of maxis in there. 4 from 9 on the doubles as well. And so next up for us, a massive game. A big game. A must-win game for Jensen Walker as he takes on Greg Richie. Richie wins. He moves on to 12 points. And Walker is pretty much out of the equation. Spell the end of his
60.
hopes.
Single to double.
Game shot,
And it is
and the
single
match,
to double,
Greg
and it is
Richie.
Greg Richie. Wins once again over Jensen Walker. Result slightly different from yesterday. It's 4 legs to 3, but a few spurned opportunities for the 17-year-old. Averages there 80.03 for Greg Richie, 83.04. A match once again where Jensen Walker gets the highest average, but doesn't actually convert it into points. And do join us after the break, because we will be seeing Shane McGuirk take on Jerome Mioch.
Shane, you require 111.
On certain channels, that's rather controversial, Henry, and not a conversation I'm going to get involved in. But tops needed here.
Game
Yeah,
shot
tops
on the
is
first
found, and
leg. Shane McGuirk.
Does add a 1-1-1 to that collection of ton-topping finishes.
Aye, aye, aye.
Now has another
20.
chance.
This will be to seal a 4-1 success, which
Great
moves
shot,
Shane
and the
McGuirk
match,
on to 14
Shane McGuirk.
points and to move him oh so closer towards qualification. He's playing to get that elusive win so he can relax a bit more. And if they meet in the middle, then Bav may have a chance. But he's going to have to play probably better than he has done all week. But Shane McGuirk is in no mood to mess around.
Absolutely not. Bav, start off with a 140 and
140.
Shane McGuirk just, hold my coat. Whacks in a 180, follows it up with another treble 20, treble 20. Do we have one more?
108.
Back-to-back 180s.
We dare to dream. McGuirk goes 6 deep on the 9.
60.
The last player to hit
Shane, you
one,
require
Jared Cole.
141.
Can McGuirk add his name to the illustrious list? Not this time. He would have been the 11th to have hit a 9 dart here. Well, the 11th 9 dart to hit here. The 10th player to have done so. Conor
161.
Heenahan's had a couple. Steve West has had a couple.
Treble 17, the target for ball.
136. Shane, you
This is
require 36.
some fight from Bav Patel, but 36 the target here for McGuirk.
Game shot on the
Yeah,
first
36
leg.
is found.
Shane McGuirk.
I don't know about you, that felt a bit edgy. Once again, Patel just looking to pile on the pressure.
134.
And this time,
Shane, you require
this is
16.
under pressure. Double 8 to head through. And the arrow fires himself
McGuirk.
into the finale. Shane McGuirk is into Saturday night's final with a destructive and demonstrative display.
On a 2-dart 60. Tops for the match.
Game shot.
Tops
on the
it
match,
is, and it is a
Jensen
4-1
Walker.
win to Jensen Walker. Great shake of the hand, nice friendship between the pair of them. Disappointment so far for Jerome Mioch, yet to pick up a point today, but Jensen Walker does eventually find the win. Good stuff from him. You see the average there, 84.9, just under 85 for Walker, 88.44 for Mioch, but still wasn't enough. And it was that 4 from 8, that 50% checkout conversion rate for Jensen Walker that saw him cross the line. Well, do join us again next for another match that could change the layout of the table as Shane McGuirk takes on Greg Richie.
Well, Greg Richie here is averaging 108. On the first leg in 13, could win the second in 14.
140. Greg, you require 100.
Tops.
shot on a second
Superb
leg,
from Greg
Greg
Richie.
Richie.
And that puts him 2 to the good. Bring it
40.
back to 2-1, and Richie is nowhere to be seen in this leg. I think Richie would be happy to see the back of it.
No
McGuirk
score.
smartly bursting the score from that point. Doesn't need to be involved in any dramas that don't need to arise.
44. Shane, you require 40. Game shot on a
And there
third
it
leg. Shane McGuirk.
Leg on the board for Shane McGuirk.
Shane, you require 20.
So double 10
Game shot on a fifth
to make it
leg.
3-2 to Shane McGuirk. And Greg Richie now is in a world of trouble
Greg,
himself
you
on a
require
2-darter.
158.
Greg Ritchie's hopes may depend on this 158, which he's not going to get.
No, he's now hoping for mistakes here
134.
from Shane
Shane,
McGuirk,
you
who hasn't
require
looked like making
80.
many. And double 10.
Game shot.
And there
and the
is
match.
double 10, and
Shane
that
McGuirk.
is an end to Greg Ritchie's campaign here in Group C. He will not be making the finals. That will be contested by Shane McGuirk and Killian McCormack. They will be here on Saturday. Now you see the averages, 92.66 for Shane McGuirk. It was an 88.84. It was an emphatic start for Richie, but just couldn't follow it up. And unfortunately, that is his race run. But do join us for the next match where Killian McCormack will be taking on Jensen Walker.
The charismatic Dutchman and a courageous Scot
180.
top the pile, but Walker threatening the break here. Maxi leaves it on 44. Am I right in saying every leg in this game has gone against the darts thus far?
95.
I think you are.
Jensen, you require
Do you get
44.
games like that? This is on target to do the same, and
shot
that
on a
it does.
fifth
And
leg.
another
Jensen
breaker
Walker.
throw, but
Game
And he
shot
gets
and
there
the
in the
match.
end, and Jensen Walker is going to finish in third place. He beats Killian McCormack by 4 legs to 2, finishing off his campaign on a high. There was plenty of positives to take from the last couple of days of Jensen Walker. There's a few things that he will learn about as time goes along. Killian McCormack, well, he will see him back in the final tomorrow night. But it's Jensen Walker who wins by 4 legs to 2. Jerome Mioch and Patel will round the group off after the break.
Have you
A
require
bit of a mess
99.
that. And Patel's on 99. Tops. No, double 10. The target Mioch has just missed is the
shot
one
on
that
the
Patel
first leg,
finds to break the
back
throw
Patel.
and lead 1-0.
start there from Patel, but 75 here for Mioch, 18 for Tops. And again, the single number.
35.
And so it's now
Bab, you
given Bab
require
Patel
60.
the opportunity to pick up his first win here in this Group C campaign. Tops.
40.
And still
And you
no.
require 40.
The Tops is the target here for Mioch. To level it up at 3-all,
shot
and
on
here
a
we are. We
sixth
are
leg,
at
Jerome
3
Mioch.
apiece. That had to happen, didn't it?
You require
End
155.
with a 155. Could we? Oh, it would have been the most incredible way to have won.
Bab, you require 140.
Bab's turn now. Not quite a 155, but a 140. Now, just Got to hunt down that treble. Try and leave tops as the target. Oh, it
40.
came straight out the treble.
Jerome,
That is desperately unlucky. Straight for the double 19, straight in the double 19, and Jerome Mioch will bookend his campaign with 4-3 wins against Bad Patel. So it means that he's going to finish 5th, Bad Patel's going to finish 6th. Their weekly campaigns come to an end. Mioch sealing a 4-3 win in that final game, just like he did in the opening game of the group. But the victor of it is Shane McGuirk. It's the 2 Irish players that are going to progress through this group into tomorrow night's final. Himself and Killian McCormack, the 2 victors of the group. We're going to actually hear from Shane in a couple of moments' time. Back to the Modus Super Series, where we are joined alongside Shane McGuirk, the winner of Group C. Shane, many congratulations. 9 wins from 10. Is it fair to say that it felt like pretty much a complete turnaround compared to Group A for yourself?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It took me just a couple of days to get into this, and like I said at the start of the week, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. You know, when you're starting in Group A, it is a marathon. Like you get the chance to play in Group A, and no matter what it is, you're playing for the next 2 days anyway. So I took that kind of in my stride, and I was like, it's preparation, and just go into the next 2 days and just hopefully win. And it came out well for me anyway.
When your head hit the pillow on Wednesday night, what was your thinking in terms of the way you were playing anyway?
I wasn't happy. It was. I did complain about, like, it was warm, like the weather is warm outside and all of the heat, and then you have the added pressure on the stage as well, so that doesn't help. But that's kind of down to myself. I'd always say I'm a winter player, but it didn't work like that. But I kind of just says, I'm used to it now. I should be used to it, and I should have no more excuses. And I come in Thursday morning, I says, get a good start, and hopefully for the best that it works out.
And what kind of adjustment is that, like, Laura, when you're playing in hot conditions or cold conditions? Because I can imagine there's a completely different way that A, you prepare, and B, the darts actually go in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very uncomfortable, actually. I think as a player, if you're in something where you just don't feel, you can't regulate your body temperature, everything just feels too hot. And as you say, you're sweating your palms and your hands. You have to adjust your grip. There's lots of things to kind of consider when the temperature does rise, and I think it's even harder when it kind of comes in a heat wave, because we haven't had this kind of weather, so we haven't had time to adjust. It's just like, right, here we are. So yeah, it is difficult, but you had a few tactics, didn't you, up your sleeve? Yeah,
I brought ice on the stage in my cloth, and I put my darts on it, and then I was swapping my darts every game. They're the same anyway, so I was swapping them over. And I was using a colder set in games, thinking that would work, and if it might have worked, I don't know. And I was just kind of changed, and then the dart spent a brief couple of minutes in the freezer as well, and see if that would help. But it's just kind of it was kind of more so in my head that I needed to get it right, and it did work out for me, and I'm just really happy to get through.
Let's talk about the way you played over the last couple of days. Did it feel a little bit more consistent from yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I just came in here and I was like, even though like I didn't get through to Group B, I was more relaxed about Group C. I don't know what it was. I was just kind of come in and I don't know, I must have had that just bit of edge about me, and I was like, I can do this. I can win this. I've won Group C before. I've got through Group C a couple of times now, and it's just a matter of just repeating that. And even if I complain about the heat, everyone else is facing the same thing. So basically, everyone's doing the same. So I just need to get on with it.
Is that kind of now the stage of the career you're at, the fact that you've built up a lot of experience in a lot of different arenas, that you can come into situations like this with that experience in the bank, and actually you can draw upon things now where maybe in the past you weren't able to? Yeah,
definitely. Every time I come here, I think I'm learning about myself. I'm definitely playing well, and I surprise myself sometimes too. Like I had a 170 check out today, and it went well. Like, I've missed it a right few times here, and I was mad to get one, and I hit it today eventually. And I just learned that about myself, that I was so much more relaxed today, and like compared to yesterday, I was just relaxed. And I know that I was still under pressure today, but I relaxed myself and I got the job done.
Well, Laura, what would be your overall assessment of the way Shane's played over the last couple of days?
Over the last couple of days, I mean, I think I keep calling you Mr. Consistent, because that's what but that's what you've been, and that's what you've needed to be. And when you've had those opportunities, we were actually watching on the screen there. I saw the 170. Obviously, you've got the 111. You've had some big finishes at really good times, and there was a potential. You had Bav to make sure that you had those 16 points, and there was no let up. Everything since you kind of came in on Thursday has just been all business. You've just been head on the Oki, and obviously it's paid dividends. You're through to Saturday.
Yeah, I just come in here. I didn't know that how many games I needed to win or whatever way it was. It was a very tight group. There was a couple of guys on 12 points or 14 points, whatever it was. And I just wanted to win as many games as I could. Everyone does when they come here, they play on that stage, they want to win all their games. And I ran the card today and I was happy with that. And I think the big point for me today, I think I had a 1-2-6 checkout against Jensen, and I think that was a turning point for the whole day because it kind of freed me up at the top. I think I went 2 or 3 points clear, or 2 or 4 points clear, and I kind of could have relaxed more. And then I knew that I had to beat Bav, but I didn't let it get to my head. I just continued with the job in hand, and I just wanted to win every game I go on then.
Well, Shane, we'll have a chat with you in just a second, but myself and Laura are just going to run the ball over what we have seen today. These are the results from this afternoon's session, and as you can see, Shane completing the card, winning all 5 matches. Greg Richie went on a run, but unfortunately for him, Laura, it just kind of came to a grinding halt, really, didn't it, towards the end of the day? Yeah,
there was a lot on that match between him and Killian McCormack, and it just went the way of Killian. Killian has been one of those players that throughout the week has seemingly got better and better, and obviously he's got the other space next to Shane in Saturday's finals, and I just think it was almost a bit too much, and then the pressure was obviously very mounted in that last game, and just all slightly unravelled, unfortunately, there for Greg Richie.
Well, let's confirm that then by having a look at the breakdown for the week. So Killian McCormack is through alongside Shane, alongside Richie Burnett, and in terms of Killian, Laura, what did he do so well today in your mind?
It was consistency, but his timing was immaculate. His finishing has been absolutely, spot on. He's had 2 or 3 games where he's gone 4 from 4, and if he's not doing that, he's only missing a couple, but he's getting them within the 3 darts in his hand, which is all you really want to do as a player. I mean, you see here against Jerome Mioch, he takes out the 1-1-5, and I think it was getting to not a point of a joke, but it was kind of this thing where if you're going to give him a 3-dart checkout or a 2-dart checkout, he's going to take it out, and that wins you matches, and that's why he is where he is.
And you saw there the lineup for Group B. That's going to be a little bit later on this evening from 10 p.m. But Shane, final word goes to yourself into another final tomorrow evening. Now, You've been in the main final Saturday night. You've made a couple of semi-finals in the past as well. Do you feel like this time might be your time to eventually cross that finishing line?
I say it every time. I say this has to be it. It's going to happen eventually for me, but this time I'm just going to play it as it comes and play every game as it comes. And if it does happen, it does happen. If it doesn't, I'm just going to hold my head high because I've struggled this week a bit, but I'm happy how I turned it around this last 2 days. I can't fault myself really too much in that. When I needed big shots, I took them, and that was it. I'm definitely going to run in tomorrow, and I'm going to be very positive, and I'm going to have a lot of confidence going in tomorrow, and hopefully that's going to help me get through.
Well, many congratulations, Shane. We'll see you tomorrow night. Laura, thank you for your company over the last couple of days. I'll see you again soon. And we'll see you tonight from 10 p.m. on the Super Series YouTube. Trying to get a little bit ahead of myself. Where we'll see Group B come to its culmination. It's Andy Davidson and Jimmy Van Schie that lead the way. But as far as Group C is concerned, well, it was an Irish domination. McGuirk and McCormack through to McFinal.